We're into April already, and you'd be a fool for missing out on today's Tesla News Roundup. Today, Tesla sets a new quarterly delivery record, Tesla Insurance starts scoring drivers in California, students in Del Valle, Texas get some time off as Tesla's Giga Austin event draws near, US Labor Secretary Marty Walsh says he believes Tesla is open to unionization if its workers are interested, and Elon Musk executes a surprise move to take control over Twitter by buying nearly 10% of the company, then gets added to Twitter's board of directors and immediately starts asking his followers about changing the platform. We'll get to all of that in a second, but first, a quick reminder that if you like how we cover the world of cleaner, greener, safer and smarter transportation, we would love it if you'd consider hitting subscribe and the notification bell, as well as checking your notification preferences for this channel. And if you want to go one step further, stick around until the end and we'll tell you how to contribute towards our monthly running costs. And if you already do, thank you. Since we have now exited the madness of March and are into the showers of April, that means Tesla has just published its quarterly delivery and production figures for the first 3 months of this year. And while it might elicit pangs of despair to know that we're already 3 months through the year and wasn't it just 2019 a few months back, Tesla's figures are certainly well worth celebrating. Even with the ongoing parts supply shortage biting the auto industry and with Tesla's Giga Shanghai forced to close at the end of the quarter as COVID-19 surged again in China, Tesla managed to produce a massive 305,407 cars in total, with the majority of those models, 291,189, being Model 3 and Model Y. Because Tesla had some extra vehicles in stock at the end of last year that were delivered last quarter, its delivery figures were nearly 5,000 units higher than its production figures, with 310,048 cars in total getting delivered. That is a new record for the company, but expect that to be obliterated for this quarter by second quarter figures thanks to the start of production at Giga Berlin. Also worthy of note, the fact that a very low number of Model 3 and Model Y cars delivered were subject to lease accounting. Just 3% of Model 3 and Y and 17% of Model S and X were leased rather than purchased last quarter, meaning that the majority of Tesla customers are either buying their cars outright, using Tesla's loan products, or seeking third-party financing for them. This says a lot about the auto industry and mirrors the trend away from leasing towards outright ownership. Of course, if you are buying a brand new Tesla, you're also going to want to make sure you have the very best insurance product for it. And that means that many Tesla customers have opted to go in-house with their coverage, using Tesla's own brokerage services to insure their rides. Not only does Tesla's insurance tend to offer much lower rates for mainstream rivals, but I suspect it also makes the process of accident repair a lot quicker, although I don't have any data to back that up. So we would love to hear from you if you are, in fact, a Tesla insurance customer. For now, Tesla's insurance service scores your risk like any other insurance company, taking into account your age, your address, your occupation, and if you've had any past claims. But because Tesla's insurance is capable of linking directly to your car's onboard telematics, how you drive could eventually play a part too. Now, Tesla has indicated that the same safety score system it uses to screen drivers ahead of granting them access to full self-driving beta is now available for insurance customers in California. Right now, Tesla says the scoring system, which gives you a safety score based on your driving style, where and when you drive, and your attentiveness, is for quote-unquote educational purposes and won't yet be used to modify your insurance premiums, at least for the moment. It also tells customers that they can opt out, again, for now. Long term, it seems highly likely that Tesla will utilize safety scoring as a way of modifying premiums. It's said as much, saving good drivers money and penalizing those who are more likely to take risks with their vehicle. And with onboard cameras, the level of granularity that Tesla's insurance products could offer would be far in excess of anything that their rival companies offer today. I guess it's down to the individual to decide if they're okay with that higher level of data about their driving habits being used to determine if they're paying a lot or a little for their car insurance. But to be fair to Tesla, other companies are already doing a similar thing, usually via smartphone apps and in-car dongles. Welcome to the world of big data. When an automaker is looking to build a new vehicle, it's common to look at rival companies to see what they're making and how they're making it. That usually involves a company quietly buying a rival's car and then benchmarking it on their own test tracks to see how it works and understand what makes it tick. It usually also involves taking the car apart to figure out what the competitive advantages are, both for you and your rival company, and sometimes it even involves giving the car to forensic teardown companies like Munro & Associates, who, before Sandy became the go-to for new EV startup manufacturing advice, specialised in producing extensive manufacturing teardowns for automakers wanting to know exactly what their competitors' cars had inside them and how they were made. In the last 10 years, it's become pretty common to see various Tesla models get put through the ringer at legacy companies, but we've not seen many rival cars go through testing at Tesla's facility. However, this week, a Lucid Air sedan, the first production EV to truly rival Tesla's range and acceleration prowess, was seen going through some extensive testing at Tesla's own Fremont facility test track. The Lucid Air Dream Edition range is capable of more than 520 miles, that's 837 kilometers per charge, which makes it the longest-legged luxury EV you can buy today. And while Elon Musk had said last year that Tesla could have made a 600-mile EV, but didn't because nobody really needs that much range, it's curious to see the Lucid Air getting some serious attention from Tesla's engineers. That said, I think it's also reassuring as it shows that finally Tesla has some real competition. And as I'm sure you're aware, not having competition leads to complacency, but having competition, well, that keeps the product evolving for the end customer. And that's very good news for everyone indeed. With the invites now sent out for Tesla's official opening event at Giga Austin later this week, locals in the area are expecting a massive number of people, as many as 15,000, to be flocking to the area to take part in the opening ceremonies. That doesn't just mean increased traffic on local freeways, but local traffic on surface streets as well. And that's led the local school district, Del Valle ISD, to plan a special half-day for some of its students on the day of the opening. According to local reports, the school district has confirmed it will be releasing middle school students at 12:45 p.m. that day and elementary schools at 1:45 p.m. Even the local high school gets an early dismissal that day at 3 p.m, all as part of an attempt to get students safely home before the expected traffic mayhem hits. We will be covering any news from the event remotely in our news roundup this weekend, so keep your eyes peeled for more info. Elon Musk has long had a reputation for not really liking unions, seemingly for political reasons, and Tesla's US facilities have, to this point, operated without them. In the past, Musk has maintained that Tesla employees were free to form a union, but had reminded them they would lose their stock options if they did. Earlier this year, he'd apparently mellowed a little more, noting that he wouldn't stand in the way of Tesla employees unionizing. Now we've got some more confirmation that a union at Tesla might actually happen, with US Labour Secretary Marty Walsh telling Yahoo Finance after a recent visit to Tesla's Gigafactory in Austin, Texas, that Elon Musk does not appear opposed to unionization. He said, quote, "He certainly said he is not opposed to it," adding, "He said if the workers were interested, he would love to have the conversation," end quote. Now, I don't want to be a skeptic here, but it's important to note that Elon Musk's attitude towards unionization seems to have mellowed as there's been an increase in communication with the White House, specifically on the role Tesla is playing in the electrification of transportation. In the early days of the Biden administration, Tesla was overtly and embarrassingly ignored by the White House in every mention of EVs, with President Biden, a known vocal supporter of unionization and the benefits they can bring to a workforce, choosing instead to heap praise at the feet of GM, Ford, and others. But now Tesla and the White House are talking, it does feel as if unionization might be a bargaining chip both sides are using to get what they want from the other. With so many billions of dollars in incentives and tax breaks available for companies in the EV sector, it seems like a beneficial move for all parties involved. As usual, when we know more about the story, and it's one that we think will go on for a while, we'll share it here. Which brings me to the final story of this week's show. Elon Musk and Twitter. Twitter has, for as long as I can remember, been Elon's favourite social media platform, and his public tweets have gotten him in a whole host of hot water. From calling a British driver, quote-unquote, pedo guy, to upsetting the SEC time and time again with material statements on the future of Tesla products, stock and policies, Musk has used his Twitter account to joyously vent, troll, meme, and yes, even shitpost. That is if you can call tweeting about his bathroom habits that. But in recent months, Musk has become increasingly upset with Twitter and its guidelines for posts, claiming that it's infringing on First Amendment rights. And as an out-and-out libertarian capitalist, that's like a red rag to a bull, and Musk has even threatened to establish his own social media network. Except, well, I guess someone reminded him what happened to the last social media network set up by a disgruntled famous Twitter user. So, instead, he's done what every billionaire does when they find something they don't like: throw money at the problem. Earlier this week, Twitter submitted forms to the SEC confirming that someone had acquired a sizable stake in the company, and Elon Musk then confirmed it was him. Having spent some of his loose change, $2.9 billion, on Twitter stock, Musk was rewarded with a 9.2% shareholding, making him the single largest shareholder on the social media platform. On Tuesday, it was confirmed he'd joined the board of directors at the company, and Twitter's share price soared as a consequence. Musk is already promising changes at the company, asking his followers about an edit button, and has vowed to make the platform less restrictive. Interestingly, though, the board at Twitter has also stipulated that Musk cannot own more than 15% stock in the company. This is ostensibly to prevent a hostile takeover. Given Musk's past tweets and some of the ways he's actually helped marginalise minorities and spread conspiracy theories rather than provide an even playing field, I hope that you will forgive this commentator for being just a little worried over this move. However, I, and the rest of the team at the channel, are more than eager to be proven wrong, and I hope that Elon Musk's involvement does indeed make Twitter a safer, more harmonious place to hang out. We're just not holding our breath right now. That's it for today. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave your thoughts below, or in fact in our free to join Discord chat room. We'll make sure there are links in the description. I will be back in 2 weeks with another Tesla news roundup, but of course, if you want a more generalised roundup from the worlds of cleaner, greener, safer and smarter vehicles, do check out our TEN News Roundup show every weekend. It's 20 minutes and it's absolute fun. And don't forget, we produce videos every day on this network for you to all enjoy, ranging from deep dives and features to tutorials, unboxings and reviews. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel and our other channel, Transport Evolved Take 2, and give that bell a gentle ring to make sure that you're told when our next video goes live. Thanks on behalf of the entire TE crew go out to the folk on my right for being our $15 to $49 a month supporters. Special thanks to our $50 a month supporters: Chris Maxwell, Bennett Elder, Brian Newton, Dave Kitchen, Michael Goad, Ricky Leon, Andrew Martin, Guido Rahota, Brophy Wolf, Tesla and the Gong, Gordon C., Stephen O'Donoghue, Carl Hodgson, Anthony Coates, Regine Fellows, Rory Litwin, Anonymous Freak, Jim Burness, Zachary Courtney, Chris Ascenta and Denny Hyde, and our deepest gratitude to our $100 a month patron supporters: Marcel Ward, Reggie Watts, Joe Bresney, JP Fagerback, Will Graylin, Matthew Drobnak, John Lyons, Christopher Lee Jones, Andrew Glenn, Paul Conway, Laura Reynolds, Ellery Hensley, and Ian. If you want to be part of that amazing list of people, you can join Patreon at the link below. You can hit the join button below us to support us right here on YouTube, or you can show us your support through Bitcoin, Ko-fi, or our cool swag store. there are links below. And if you are unable to support us financially, as many of you are in this tough time, just know that watching the video and sharing it really does make a difference to our ad revenue and our Google Analytics. So thanks for joining me, thanks for your support, and as always, keep evolving.